Oh, wait. For talking for so long, I need to drink some more of my coffee because we got real work coming up soon. It's like 7 a.m. now, so an hour or two I better get on there, get on the laptop. Yes. All of our secret lifeline. Let's do this. Let's see if we can finish the garden tour in one more 30-minute segment. Okay. So now, these are lemongrass. I love lemongrass. It smells great. When I breathe in the essential oils, it really helps my lungs if I've got any kind of congestion or tightness or anything like that. The oil's also highly antifungal, medicinal benefits. You can eat it, tastes great in soups. Awesome versatile plant, and it grows like grass. So there's some fennel from the grocery store. Plop down in some soil, so you can see that one doesn't look happy, but he just decided to shed all this old stuff and start over. Looks like this guy's gonna try and keep some of his greenery and repurpose it. Those are for me to eat, but also for the caterpillars and butterflies. They'll eat, a foot-long stalk of that in like a single day. And we need as many pollinators and bugs and stuff regenerating as we can in our current climate, so I am here to support. This is just a sunflower I found like laying on top of the soil one day, and it was sprouted and like trying to grow leaves and roots out, but it didn't know which way it was going, so I felt bad, so I just picked him up and put him in a pot of soil over here. These guys are just decorative. When I go to the greenhouse, sometimes see things and I'm like, oh, that's pretty. So I take them home and I just, put them all together. Don't remember, I'm not sure if I even know what the real name of that thing is. I just call it knockoff chia. It's very dense. It's like, doesn't push down. It's very firm. That is Pink Passion. I forget what the name of that is. That's Pink Panther. This is Purple Passion. The Purple Passion, you can see, split off into two new plants. So did that one, cloned itself. This thing cloned itself. And this thing's also cloning itself. Didn't know they were going to do that, but cool. I'll take it. Now we got a hanging flower pot up here. Lots of flowers. This thing sucks water like crazy. So I put a little dish under here to catch the water, and then I packed it with live moss. Man, he loved that. You can see how many flowers he's got. I don't know how well it comes across in the video, but they're really vibrant in real life. This is my Jaugalon that I'm trying to rescue, but Jaugalon's going to be like a 10-minute story of itself once we get over further in the garden, so we'll talk about that when the time comes. For now, I'll just say, a bunny or a vole came and chewed him off where his vine connected to the roots, and this is the top piece. They just bit where the roots meet the base of the stem. They just bit it off and killed it and didn't even eat it. Left the whole vine above and the roots below. So that's the vine that was above. They can reroot in the soil. I don't know if it can do it without its original master root system telling it to put down new roots, but we're going to find out. He's not really wilting in that pot, so I have good hopes. But we'll explain more about Jaugalon. Actually, it's here on the table here, so we're going to get to it right now. These are a bunch of seeds that never came up. I went away for one weekend when I had that plastic film on the greenhouse, and they were in there, and it got really hot, and I think it just cooked all the seeds that were in the greenhouse, so I don't think they're ever going to come up, but I put them out here. We'll just see. Sometimes you don't think so, and then they come up a couple weeks later when you don't expect it. This is just another piece of fennel or anise or whatever you want to call it. Along with, these ones were ones that I ate, cut down to the base, replanted. They're going to resprout and regrow. This one was just like on the side of one that I cut up, and it fell off, and it's kind of like its own little side bulb split, so it should probably just grow by itself in there. I think you're supposed to be able to grow lettuce from a bulb, but I sure never can. It never seems to work. You can see this one's rotting away. That leaf kind of makes me feel like it's growing, but I think that might have just been there already. This is my mammoth basil, who's not so mammoth because the seeds were like 2 or 3 years old when I planted them this year. So, I didn't have a ton of them, but only 2 came up. The one in the back's a little bit bigger. This one's just really not growing. I think the seed was just too old. These guys are globe artichokes that I planted like early spring, and I couldn't tell you why they're not growing. I did everything you're supposed to, like I do for all my other plants. All the other plants grow, and for whatever reason, those artichokes just won't do it. Down here, we have a little planter container, so these 4 here are all potatoes. So I'm pretty sure, so this is the purple one. That one's obvious because it's got purple in there. I believe that one's white or yellow, and then that one's red. Just a couple different kinds of potatoes there. Some more garden rejects. They're just, when I say that, I planted them the same time as everybody else, but the other ones that were stronger went into the real garden, and then these guys were just like the weaker starts. So this guy's actually a volunteer. Again, I don't know how he got in here, and I don't know what he is. Well, I mean, he's some kind of squash here. Actually, he's a cucumber, I think, because you'd tell because he's got all these little spines, hair spines poking out there. So he's a cucumber. I don't know how he got there. This is a squash I put here, but I didn't bother looking at the label before I put him in because I just didn't care at that time. What's going on here? That's fine. These are, it's really too bad you guys can't smell. This is one of the most amazing smelling lavender you're ever going to come across. I mean, just incredible. I can't even describe what it smells like. I can smell it all the way up here already just from barely touching it. It's like a citrusy, floral, savory. It's like a special kind of lavender, but I don't remember what the tag said when I bought it. Kind of like I have like apple mint and orange mint and all that stuff over there. It's some kind of special lavender, but I don't remember what it is. See, this is the sentencing for beetles that try to eat my plants. This is 99.9% isopropyl alcohol. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this while I'm holding the camera too, but I'm getting pretty good at getting these guys. I think I can do a one-handed approach here. Get in there. So I can't really demonstrate it for you well with one hand, but if you saw, he put his little back legs up like that right before when I got close. That means he's getting ready to drop down. So they're like usually their first defense system, well, always their first defense system is to drop down. They either drop straight down into the soil and start burrowing immediately, like underneath the grass, so you can't see them anymore. You lose track of them really quick. Or, if they're on the tree, they'll fall down halfway and then take flight. Either way, you just come up with this and startle them a little, and they try to drop down, but they don't realize you have a trap underneath them, and they go into isopropyl. Anyways, so that's saber basil. bought it at the store because it's like curly, as you can see. I've never seen that kind of basil before. This is Roman chamomile, also smells incredible, but I can't send smells across the video for you guys. A couple more chicks and hens. This is a raspberry or a blackberry. I mixed them up with, there's another little thing around here somewhere. One of them's a blackberry. What do you call it? My brain is failing me, but when you prune like a fruit bush and you take like a branch from it and you put it in the soil and it reroots itself, that's what those are. But okay, let's talk about Jiao Gulan. All of you should go to Amazon right now and type in Jiao Gulan loose leaf tea and buy yourself some and start drinking it. So there's a lot of traditional Chinese herbs, and this is not one of them. So, there's traditional Chinese herbs where the scientific community in China, we're basically like, yeah, we've looked into these, and we confirm these different herbs have like a medicinal benefit. And then there's other ones where, like, we don't have sufficient evidence to support this is doing anything. So Jiao Gulan's one of those ones that they didn't have, sufficient evidence to know that it's actually, that healthy for you or whatever is doing anything. So that changed when some researchers from Japan started looking into the census in China, and they found a place in southern China where there was a much higher rate of centenarians than the other areas they were looking at. So they went down and they started talking to the people, and they found out that they all drink this stuff that they call immortality tea, also called Jiao Gulan, and the scientific name is Gynostemma pentaphyllum. And so after this, they started, it's more modern science, so they had more techniques, they understood more about antioxidants and saponins and all these bioactive compounds in plants. And so when they took a look at the research, with modern technology, they were like, oh my god, holy crap, this thing's anti-cancer, protects your liver, protects your kidneys, protects your cardiovascular system, improves, your memory, your mental energy, your physical energy. It increases your natural killer and B cells, improves your immune profile, improves your blood pressure, your blood cholesterol, your blood lipids, your blood sugar. The list is crazy. If you guys are interested, there's a guy who did an incredible 135-page dissertation on the nutraceutical benefits of Jiao Gulan. He compared 5 different commercial samples from 5 different growing areas and suppliers, and compared like the phenolic content, the flavonoid content, the saponin content, and studied how well do these things inhibit colon cancer proliferation and all this stuff. Fascinating from a research side, but what I can tell you from my own anecdotal evidence is I do feel literally younger in every way, way more clear in my brain, way more physical and mental energy. I got my blood work back recently. It's the best blood work I've had in 5 years. It completely put my Crohn's disease into full remission, to a state of health that I probably haven't had since I was like 13. And incredibly healthy tea. And it gives you like a massive energy boost. It's like, caffeine wakes you up, but it's like a forced awakeness. It just like overrides your sleep signal. But this stuff feels like it refreshed you. So it feels like you drink a cup of it and it feels like you slept an extra hour last night. Really interesting, and incredibly phenomenal plant. I will rave about it to every person I ever talk to, and I'm going to tell you again, go out and buy yourself some right now. You are not going to regret it. I already convinced Tanya So probably like a week or two, I'm gonna ask him how it's going for him, plus a bunch of my family members. So, anyways, Jaugalan's an amazing plant. It grows like they also found it's got like 42 out of 82 identical health compounds to wild Chinese ginseng, which can go for $1,000 a pound some years. But this stuff grows like a weed. And it's also got some health compounds in there that we thought were exclusively produced by wild ginseng, but they're actually in the Jiaogalan, which they also call southern Chinese ginseng, some places. So I ordered 2 plants online of the Jiaogalan. This is Burley. He was 6 inches tall when he started, and he prefers to spread out, as you can see. And then my other Jiaogalan plant is named Legs. He was almost a foot long when he came, and he likes to grow straight as a vine. So they were both in the pot like you saw over there, protected with hardware cloth like this for the first few weeks I had them. And I didn't see any animal activity trying to get them at it or nothing, so I got the really brilliant idea that I was going to plant one of them. You can see down there, kind of.